Hello, and welcome back to my channel. Um, y'all, I am excited. I'm trying something different today, and I hope y'all like it. We'll see how it goes. But every week I'm trying to think of something to work with, to share with y'all, and I have so many ideas, but I thought it might be fun to focus on one idea for a while and show sort of multiple techniques. So I've been playing with index cards. And I got to tell you, I love index cards. And the reason why is because they're super inexpensive. They're slightly cardstockish. I love tea dyeing them. And you can use them for so many projects. So I thought today what we would do is I'm going to share some inspiration of what I do with index cards. And if there's maybe some basic explaining, but we're not going to do a whole tutorial today. Today what we're going to do is play with just sort of inspiring you with ideas, because I think a lot of y'all know how to do the basics and you don't always need me to go through an entire demo. So I thought, you know what, but we can all use more ideas. I feel the same way. Like I get to this point and I'm like, I think I've done everything I know how to do with this. And then 2 weeks later, you're like, oh, I've got 20 more ideas. So sometimes creativity needs a minute to recharge, and sometimes you need to jump off of some inspiration from someone else. So, I'm just going to go through these, and I've got a journal here just so I can give you an idea. But all of these, the idea is that you can journal with them, because that's really a big part of my journals. I don't even know if they're junk journals or interesting botanical journals, whatever you want to call them. I use a little bit of everything. But I always want to make sure that there's journaling in my journals. So, all of them have the back ready and clear and ready to go. And then this one, I just took these are the jumbo index cards. What do these measure? Let's see if I remember. So 4 by 6. And I like these. I do have some small ones, but I tend to use these big ones mostly. So what we've got here is a pocket here. And I liked the idea even of maybe putting, do I have one handy? Of course not, because, oh, here's a little one. Like you can almost put a little one in here. So using a jumbo index card and then a small index card. And I did a double pocket. Wait, did I? Nope. Yeah, I did. So this one is also a pocket. So just some torn page that, we glued around here on top of this index card, and then the other one. Super easy, right? You don't need me to go through that with you. And then I just decorated it. But how cute is that in a journal? You could do it this way. You can do it this way. This journal is a little not wide enough, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, that's idea number 1. So taking that same idea, and you know how much I love torn elements, I went ahead and just did a torn edge here, and then you could decorate that card, and this one could go this way, which I love the idea. But I love the idea of paper clipping these in, and of course I don't have a paper clip super handy, but let me just grab one real quick. It's not the prettiest paper clip, but it'll work. I love being able to paper clip items into my journal because you can just move them around, and so they can take it out, they can do their writing, and then they can put it back. And I just think that's very a great idea. And then, of course, we've got the pocket here still. So just tore some, some paper, glued it to some book page, tore it again, tore some washi tape. Really simple. Okay? So that's like idea number 2. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see what else I got in here. So playing with these torn elements, I know, and these index cards with these sort of pockets, I thought it'd be fun to do some with some vellum. So this time I glued that one down completely. And then I put in one of those sort of washi stickers. Or not washi, the pet stickers. And then I just glued the vellum on. And one of the things I don't like about vellum is sometimes you can see like a little rim of glue, and I don't like that. So I tore some washi tape and just put it around this side, because look at how pretty that is. I think that's really pretty. And it makes it look super professional when you can't see any of the markings. And I'd probably put something prettier in here, but I love that you can kind of have a peek of what you're doing. And again, we have all of the journaling space on the back still. So popping that into a journal, super pretty. And then, you know, you can also get these set up and use them as pockets. You can cut that down just a little bit and turn that into a pocket. How pretty is that? You could use this belly band. You can use it as a flip. You could take this and make it a flip. So, I mean, I'm just giving you sort of like thoughts on embellishing index cards. Okay, jumbo tag. How easy is that? Just taking a giant index card, again, 4x6, created, you know, the tag shape, right? We're just cutting off the sides. And then I took some scrapbook paper, some decorative scrap paper, tore it around, glued it on there so it's a tuck. So we can pop some things in there. And then just a baby collage. Super simple. I like the idea of having pieces that you're like, okay, you know what? I can make 40 of these in a day. I can make 10 of these in an hour. You know, the biggest time suck really is, right, picking out what you want to glue on there. And then I just did some light stenciling. So super easy, right? Okay, let's keep moving. This idea was fun. So, this one, so it spins out. So I got a tiny, sorry guys, tiny collage here, just on this edge. And then they could write here. It's connected with a brad here. So they can open it up right here, close it, flip it. And then I did this little, sorry, Rusty, out. My goodness, it's like they know I'm videoing. So then I just did a little cluster on top to cover up that brad and keep this side decorative too, so they can write on this side. And then they turn that and they've got another space to write. So I just think that's fun. And you could actually do that, you know, as a book with 5 or 6. I'm always kind of aware of creating too much bulk in my journals. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to keep it 2. It gives them 4 additional writing spaces. And I just think that's fun, especially if you had a wider journal and this is sticking out just a little bit. That's a little too much, but you get that here. We'll just go like this just so you can get the feel. Let's see it was like that. That's cool. So just thoughts. Okay, so that's idea number what? 4, 5? 5, I think. So just making sort of, you know, these sort of slide arounds. Okay. And they can take this out of their journal, write on it. Okay, you guys get the point. What's easier than making a mini book, right? Just take your card. I made sure it was one that had the nice print because sometimes I lose some of it. So I just folded it over. I did some little, you know, I tore little chunks off just for interest. But this is just some of that paper that's already kind of collaged. I know a lot of people use digitals, and digitals have a lot of collage. And I cut it straight, but then I just chunked out little edges. Did the same back here. I added a tab just because how much fun is that? It's just cute, right? Gives it a little something. And then bound some light paper in there. And this is the paper where maybe I tore a part of it, or so I love just using kind of scrappy pieces. Super easy. Put that in a pocket. You can just add it anywhere. Okay, baby book, right? Okay. This one is another sort of, so this one just has a little pocket collage with the tab. And so you can put space here for, you know, like a journaling piece. Back for writing on again. And so I would probably put this one in, you know, actually, you know what? I would probably put this one up high. Because how cute is that? And then flip it that way with a little paper clip with a charm maybe. Okay? Okie dokie. So I got really into this tab idea. And so I thought, one of my ideas was like taking the large index cards and turning them into postcards. But that seemed just too boring. I needed more. So I took my postcard stamp and I stamped the back of an index card. And I just glued a pretty piece of paper on it and I tore a chunk out. Because for some reason, that's just so much more interesting like that to me. And then added a tab here. This one, I tore a chunk out and then I replaced it with the book page. Both, I think, are just really fun. Like, that's neat. That's kind of cute for journaling. This one's upside down. But I wasn't too stressed about it because right now it's just kind of plain. And then you put this in a journal and you've got that charm that hangs off here. And obviously I would probably put some, you know, some sort of numbers or information on here or something here. But then they, you know, the back, it's almost like a postcard journaling spot. And I just thought that was a cute idea. It's fun. In fact, I liked this idea so much that I'm going to make a whole bunch of them. Because I love journaling cards. And I love things that float. And I just think those are really happy and super easy and interesting. Okay. And this is my last idea. I wanted to keep these, you know, a little more. I was like, I'm just going to show them some ideas. And so I've got this last one, which is a flip out journaling. Wait, hold on. Do I have it right? Yeah. Okay. So I've got a little collage here with a pocket here. And I just put in, you know, I'd put in some cards there. And then you open it up. I seamed it in the middle with some pretty paper and added this little fussy cut here. Inked around so they can open it up. They can journal in here. The back has another pocket with another card for journaling space. And I just think these are really, really cute. Like you add that in and they're like, oh, neat. But then they realize it opens up. And you could even do this as a whole little book, right? An index card book. Take 5 or 6 index cards, seam them together or overlap them, and then create a little book. So yeah, so different kind of video from me, but I just thought, you know what, it might be fun to change it up a little and just get the juices flowing instead of doing whole tutorials. If any of these ideas seem, you know, like a lot of fun to you and you're like, I'd really kind of like you to see you do it, let me know, and I'm more than happy to do a whole tutorial. I just noticed that a lot of folks are coming in, and I think they're coming in to get ideas, but then they go, oh, well, I kind of know, I can figure out how to do that. So I thought, you know what? Maybe it'd be fun to do some videos where I'm not showing you everything, but I'm just getting some juices flowing. So you guys, just to go back through them one more time, we've got these faux postcard journaling cards with tags. We've got the book, the open up double index card with double pockets. This one, just a little tuck that could hang over on the side of a journal. But that's a journaling space as well. We got a baby journaling book made out of an index card. I don't even know what to call this, where it slides open with a brad. And we have multiple cards so they can flip it and have journaling space on that. We've got our jumbo index card journaling tag. Our vellum pocket. Our torn, sort of edgy pocket with a second pocket here. And I was trying to keep this stuff mostly flat because if you're going to be writing on the back of this, you don't want too much stuff in the way. And then the last torn pocket and a pocket. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button and subscribe if you'd like to see future content. And I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks, guys.